Michael, The Odyssey, Spider-Man, The Backrooms. We have just had a crazy box office in 2026. Like, I feel like I'm at the movie every single week and there's just banger after banger after banger after banger, and there's a reason for it, and I think we should talk about it today. Like, everybody used to think that the theaters were done for. Oh, nobody's going back to the theaters. Well, 2026 proves that it can be done, and I feel like as media creatives, there's a lesson to be learned here, and we should talk about it. So let's talk about it. Why are movie theaters coming back, and why is Hollywood doing so much better? So let's hop right into it. First of all, my name is Dason, Dason Art Media. I'm a media creative, and I teach people to see the vision and grow their vision for one-on-one coaching. I try to help people grow their creative media companies, or also if they just want to be a public figure in the public eye. We cover all things media and pop culture here, okay? So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, because I go live a lot, and I also post a lot of videos a lot, and I like it when you're here. It's lonely when you're not. I get all sad, and I get depressed, okay? So let's hop straight into it. First of all, there were so many people that were scared that we weren't going to be going back to the movie theater. This is a Los Angeles Times article. It says that movie theater owners are facing 2026 with renewed optimism after a strong start. Domestic box office revenues up 23% compared to 2025, marking the strongest first quarter since the pandemic. Okay, everybody was afraid after the pandemic. Like, nobody was going to the movie theater. Why? We didn't really have a need to, for the most part. I always start these things off with my personal opinion, okay? I'm a very respectful guy, but I always start with my opinion. Nobody cared. There was nothing going on in the movie theaters that anybody wanted to see. So that's my personal opinion. First of all, we have facts here to look at. But the very first thing to get on the bandwagon of is we didn't want to go. There was nothing good that you were showing us. I can't come to mind any movies that were happening in 2024, 2025. Nothing good. So sorry. It wasn't anything worth seeing. So that's, for me personally, that's why I didn't go to the theater. TV shows were really putting out, and things on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. That's what was really doing it for me. Okay. And then let's finish reading part of this article. I can barely see. It says a state of blockbuster franchises and family-friendly films include Star Wars. Man, let me tell you something. I never even went to go see those movies. All right, I didn't even went to go see this. But basically, I just wanted to show you there's optimism around in the media right now. Movie theaters, they finally emerged from the shadows of the pandemic. Yeah, because you got good movies. That's my personal opinion. That's why I feel like people are going back to movie theaters, because you finally have something good. But let's get down to the facts of it, right? Let's get down to the actual facts of why movie theaters are coming back. And there's three main reasons. The first reason is that Hollywood started giving the camera to people who actually understand the audience. And this is very, very important. Very, very important. They were mostly concerned about Gen Z audiences not coming back to the theater. And I know I have a lot of millennials and boomers that watch, my content and stuff. Gen Z was not coming to the movie theaters for a reason. I think the reason that they're coming back in 2026 is because you have finally passed the stick on to Gen Z. Okay, you're putting people in charge who actually want to watch. You're putting directors and filmmakers in charge who are actually Gen Z. Of course, we're going to support our own, but it's not the supporting of our own. It's the fact that they're putting out movies and things that we can relate to, things that we understand, things that build hype that we actually want to watch. There's an article here that I thought was interesting. Is YouTube's, this is from The Wrap. I'm not even really on The Wrap. Is YouTube Hollywood's next new pipeline? And I thought it was interesting. It said, it turns out a big part of the solution is a pair of Gen Z directors who are putting Hollywood on its ear and opening its mind to a potential wellspring of new talent. Because basically beforehand it said Hollywood executives have spent years trying to get Gen Z moviegoers to consistently show up to theaters. So the wild low-budget success of A24's Backrooms and Focus Features' Obsession, which have combined for $185 million, counting at the domestic box office, against a combined $11 million. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. It's really not that hard. If you want Gen Z to show up, let Gen Z direct the movies. Let Gen Z make the movies. Like Curry Barker, the guy who made Obsession, he was a YouTuber. Like, a lot of us knew him as a YouTuber before he started really directing serious films. Like, he was mostly doing humor. And I really hope also, this as a side note, I hope he breaks out into the humor space, because that would be great. We can relate to him. And also, the movie itself was just so Gen Z coded. Like a lot of the movies that are made to appeal to Gen Z are just that. They are made to appeal to us. We don't want anything that appeals to us. We want something that was made for us by us. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're just going to naturally relate to it. You don't have to force anything down our throat. I thought that was interesting. And then I also like how tuned in like Backrooms is with the internet culture. Kane, Parsons, like we all know about the Backrooms. We've either played the games or we've seen like the lost footage on YouTube, or we just connected with the general idea. Like me personally, like I've gotten like tens of millions of views on my videos just because of the Backrooms. It's because it's my general aesthetic. I love the grain. I love the feeling. I love it all. So it's basically like you're allowing the audience to create themselves. And for me, that's the very first reason why we're on the comeback. Second reason for me is that I think Hollywood finally figured out that a movie franchise, like just following a movie franchise, isn't enough. Okay, we don't care if there was already one good hit in a movie and then you just bring it back to the next. No, nobody cares. I think I had a second article pulled up, or was that an Instagram post? Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can pull it up in the background. But we'll get to that in a hot second. But basically, for me, it's like there's so many franchises that they keep putting movies out afterwards, and they think that just because we like the first movie, we're gonna go ahead and like the second one. I don't know who told you that. I mean, the key in point would probably be Supergirl, just because it's attached to Superman, and we were introduced to Supergirl in the first movie. I don't know why people thought we were gonna turn up for that. Moana is another good point, and even though this is a 2026 flop, I don't understand. Like Disney, oh my God, Snow White, Moana, all these remakes that people keep making. Nobody cared. Nobody wanted those. Nobody asked for that. Okay, nobody asked for that. But Toy Story, that was good. You did an excellent job doing that. The Devil Wears Prada 2, that was probably one of the smartest moves because, first of all, Devil Wears Prada was really tied in with internet culture. Like, I get that was like a millennial movie or whatever. I don't know when that movie was made. I think it was 2006. So technically, that's when Gen Z was born. But because I'm Gen Z, I'm born 2006. I'm 20. Keying into that was a genius idea because it's so tied in with internet culture today. It's so memeable. Like, I feel like the next move would probably be like a Cruella 2 if, you know, executives are being smart and watching. But like most of us know most of the quotes from Devil Wears Prada, the original one. So making a 2 was a good thing. I cannot necessarily say that I cared a lot for The Devil Wears Prada 2. That would be a completely separate movie review, but it did well at the box office because, you know, like people, it was something that we actually wanted to see. And I think that was a really good move. And then finally, the last point for me, I think just the general culture around movie theaters, making it like an experience, making the movie an actual experience, that really, really, really helped. This was the thing that I just pulled up with here. It's an Instagram post that I had found. It said, I love these posts that all you got to do these days, all you got to do is put like big bulky text on a post and then people are going to take it as fact. Going to the movies is officially back. And then it goes, AMC theaters report that more than 25 million people visited theaters last month, marking the highest May attendance since 2019. Then it comments on, you know, the movies that are, what's it called? And this is for me, it's a comment. So it said, because there's movies worth seeing now. It's as simple as that. It really is as simple as that. It's almost like making good movies could do that for you. No, seriously. If you just make a good movie, we're gonna go. It's almost like the industry is confused. It's like, oh my God, they're coming back. Is it because there was no Marvel BS for remakes? No, legit. Yeah, no, legit. And it is expensive. Somebody just said needs to be, what's it called? Somebody said this needs to be cheaper. Okay, so for me, I think there was a general culture around going to the movie theaters that made this a lot of fun. It made it a lot of fun. I'll start with probably like Spider-Man, like all the hype. Oh, and I mean, we'll get to this article in a second because that article is important. I have crippling ADHD. I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to start with Spider-Man. Let's start with the press tour because I'm really tuned into pop culture more than I am the actual movies itself. But even though I am a cinephile, I love watching movies. The press tour surrounding Spider-Man, Dune, The Odyssey was on point. And especially the casting. casting people like Zendaya, knowing that Zendaya is gonna show up like suited and booted every single time and hit her outfit out the wall. And then we're gonna be seeing pictures of, oh, look at what Zendaya wore to this. Look at what Zendaya wore. It's like creating so much hype around the movie. It's creating like a culture like, oh my God, you know, this press tour is doing really well. We want to go see the movie. It's so in tune with internet culture. The press tours are now, at least this year were, that it kind of made us almost want to see the movie. And then you got to also think about Michael making it an experience, making the movie theaters an actual experience. Like when I went to see Michael, I almost felt like it was more like a concert than it was an actual movie. And thank you for doing that, for listening to audiences when that we said that's what we wanted. So many songs would play out to their full length that there were people singing and dancing in the audience. And then people would go back to see it again. They go back to see it again, and they go back to see it again. And then social media, of course, leaning full force into the social media and allowing people to make of it what they will, make the trending videos and all the good stuff and posts and stuff. That really created like, oh my God, I have to go see Michael. And then it made it fun. Like it was an actual experience to go. And then I'd probably say like, I can't even really put this part into words, but like the IMAX thing with the Odyssey, that created so much hype and excitement about going to see a movie for the sake that you can't really see it anywhere else. You can't really get the experience anywhere else. IMAX was such a push for the Odyssey and for Spider-Man. And then the 4DX where like your chairs are like moving and it's like it's happening as it's happening. That probably is another huge reason as to why everybody was going. Because I could probably just wait for these movies to come back on digital at home. But if you tell me there's only one time I can see this in IMAX and I better see it before it leaves the theater, see it in the way it was supposed to be made, oh, bro, everybody's going to be like I just went to go see the movies in IMAX because I knew that I wouldn't be able to get that experience anywhere else. So those are like some key components. Like if you turn the movie theaters into an experience, like into something that people actually want to see, yeah, dude, we're going to go see it. We're going to go see it because it's now we actually have a point to it. I think this article is kind of dumb because it was asking if Hollywood was back, and it says that Gen Z is yearning for shared experiences. It says there is a belief that Gen Z would forever choose small screens over big ones. The success of films like Backrooms and Accession that were made by 20-something directors have upended conventional wisdom, but the possibility of reaching young audiences, there seems to be a profound yearning for shared experiences and connection. The entertainment industry remains in a turbulent time of transition and transformation. I wonder what they mean by that. A profound yearning for shared experiences and connection. I wonder if that's in relation to like what the movie's about, like with Obsession being about like wanting to be like connected, or like how Gen Z is feeling oftentimes about romance, or if they're talking about wanting to be together with somebody at the movies, because you can squash that idea all the way. It's like shows that you still don't understand your audience. You don't understand your, like, they just need to hire me at this point, honestly. Anybody who wants to understand their audience, you want to understand why something's trending, why something goes viral, why something's doing well, hire me. Or go ahead and sign up for one-on-one coaching on my website, because you clearly don't understand what you're doing or what you're talking about. I would go to the movie theaters by myself. It just so happens I'm going with people just because, you know, for the sake of going with people, because you get invited out. But if you sell me an experience first, like an experience I can't get anywhere else, like sure, the friends are a part of that, but it's not always about having your friends there. It's about the IMAX, the 70 millimeter IMAX, or about the 4DX experience, seeing it. Or if you're telling me, if I'm constantly seeing the press tour online and I'm seeing all this hype for it, and I'm seeing everybody posting about, oh, you gotta go see it, or don't spoil anything, but this is what I thought about it. Or if you're telling me that this is a movie that I deeply relate to, or this is a continuation of a sequel that I really, really, really wanted to see, or I wanted to see how the next movie in this franchise is gonna go, there is no doubt in my mind I'm gonna show up to the movie theater without my friends or not. So we can squash this entire idea that, oh, Gen Z is just so lonely. Most of us are really just fine on our phones. I promise you that. We really don't need people like that, okay? Like, we can go out and hang out with our friends if we have to, but we're not so lonely that we have to go to the movie theaters. Just take the win. You're making good movies. Keep doing it. Like, let us see something we want to see. Keep the hype going on the socials because, you know, it's peer pressure and we want to see it. and like make the movie theaters like worth, like make it an experience worth seeing. Okay, make it something that we want to go in person to see. I like what you did with IMAX. I really, really do. So this year isn't even over yet. I mean, we had some bangers: Project Hail Mary, Michael, Devil Wears Prada, Inception, Backrooms, Toy Story 5, The Odyssey, Spider-Man. We aren't done. We literally aren't done. There is so much more to come toward the end of the year, and then 2027 is going to be a banger. I cannot wait for Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. But yeah, so basically that's my synopsis. That's why, Hollywood is doing better. Somebody send this video to the guy who runs Hollywood. I know it's not one dude, but you need to send it to Mr. Hollywood himself so that he knows if he wants to have a good 2028 season, 2029 season, you got to do this again. Because if you come back in here with some crap about, oh, we're going to remake we're going to make a live action animated live action version of The Lion King 2 and number 3 times removed, nobody's going to show up, bro. Nobody cares. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to replace the lions with birds this time because it's more culturally appropriate. That's why you're losing your audience, okay? So that's my synopsis. As always, please make sure you subscribe, follow, because I'm looking for more lunatics like me. And I will catch you on the flip side. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.